Welcome, my dear students. So, this lecture is concerned with three-dimensional transformation. So, we have studied about two-dimensional transformation. So, in that, we have taken x and y coordinate system. Okay. So, now in three-dimensional, third parameter is introduced that is called z. So when we introduce the z third parameter into the coordinate system, it introduces the depth to an object. For example, you have a square, so it will become a cuboid. Okay, so it will become a cuboid. So depth is introduced in this. So let's see the coordinate system. So we have three axes now. Earlier we used to have the x and y axis only, in which we have done the rotation, we have shifted an object, and we have scaled the object with respect to the origin. Likewise, we have rotated in xy plane only. Okay, so now here you can see the three-dimensional. Okay, so you have the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Okay, so it simply, if I talk about the translation in three-dimensional, okay, so simply the third parameter is introduced, that is tz. Earlier we used to have tx, ty, okay, and the third parameter is also introduced. So we used to have the matrix of the order 3 into 3 in case of your 2D 2D transformations, whereas now the order will be increased with 4 into 4 order. So when we are talking about the third parameter, the tz. So simply if I try to write the translation matrix in 4 into 4 order matrix, so you will be having 1 1 1 and 1. Okay, and you will be having tx, ty, and tz. Okay, so it is very easy to understand. Only the third parameter is introduced, the depth parameter or z parameter. So so any three-dimensional values will be represented by three values, x, y, and z. Likewise, if I try to write the scaling matrix, so you have the diagonal values xx, sy. Now the third parameter is sz, scaling factor, then 1. The rest of the elements will be 0. Okay, so it is also a 4 into 4 order matrix. Okay, so the problem arises with the rotation, particularly because earlier we used to rotate in one plane, that is x to y we used to rotate. Now we have come across the third parameter, third axis, that is z. Now the rotation can take place along the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So we would be having three rotation matrix, that is rotation along x-axis theta by an angle in x-axis, rotation along y-axis, okay, and rotation along z-axis maybe. Okay, some other rotations may also take place, but we will stick to these rigid rotations, that are the rotation along x-axis by theta angle. So the rotation can also take place parallel to the x-axis, or certain arbitrary line has been drawn and the rotation can take place along this axis. And if the axis is parallel to certain axis, the rotation may also take place along this axis as well. But we are not following it right now. Okay, so simply we are restricting our discussion, that is up to a three matrices, that is rotation about x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So how we find out the positive rotation? Simply, that is positive rotation, you can see only that if we will look towards the origin. of any axis. So assume that is an eye. Okay, eye looking towards the origin, eye looking towards the origin, and the anti-clockwise direction will give you the positive rotation. If I look the y-axis towards the origin, so this is the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, if I look towards the origin through z-axis, then this will be the anti-clockwise direction. So we have already calculated this. Okay, we have already calculated this in terms of your x-axis. Oh sorry, in terms of your when we rotate in xy plane. So that is basically, for example, a point is given here, any point is given, and if it will be rotated, so it is moving from x to y. Okay, so that is moving from x to y. Is it so? If a point is placed over here, okay, and if I to try to rotate it along z axis, so that is moving from x to y. So in this way the rotation will take place. So this we have already gone through earlier in two-dimensional only. So the third axis was not there, but still when we rotate in xy, so imaginarily we are rotating about z axis towards from x to y direction. Okay, so that was the rotation. Likewise, if an object is placed here, okay, and if an object is rotated along x axis, means from y to z we are moving, from y to z we are moving. Okay, from x to y we were moving in this case, and from y to z we are moving. And when we are rotating along y axis, then z to x we are moving. Okay, so we have the rotation matrix related to this for each direction, that is rotation along x axis, about y axis, and about z axis. So we can also follow the right hand space rule. Means if we hold this, if we hold this axis, for example, with our right hand, and the thumb will be pointed to this direction. Okay, and the fingers that are twisted, finger that are twisted will show the positive direction of the angle of rotation. If we hold this figure, if we hold this axis with the help of a right hand, so the thumb will give you the idea of that we are holding the axis that is moving outwards. Okay, thumb will give the outward direction, that is the axis you are holding, and the rotation. If you hold this, the thumb will be upward. Okay, and when we hold it, the twist of the fingers with the right hand, twist of the fingers will give the rotation of the angle. Likewise, in this way also, the thumb will give you the direction, and the rotation of fingers will give you the basically the angle of, sorry, in this way this will be rotated. So you can hold it. Okay, so you can hold it, then you will find the twist of the fingers will go like this. Okay, and the thumb will be pointing towards the z axis. So means we can follow these two rules simply by looking through an eye towards the origin. The anti-clockwise direction will give the positive direction, or we can hold with the right hand. Okay, and the twist of the fingers will give the anti-clockwise direction, whereas the thumb will give the direction of the axis that is moving outward. Okay, so simply this is the translation matrix in 4 into 4 order. You can easily write scaling matrix, you can easily write. If I try to do the 3D reflection, so this is also very easy to do. Okay, reflection will take place along xy plane, yz plane, because we have three axes. So we will be having xy plane. Okay, we will be having yz plane, y, x, and z. So this will be the yz plane, and this will be the zx plane. Okay, so the reflection will take place along certain plane. So this reflection will produce a reflection about xy plane in when we are reflecting an object in xy plane. So in xy plane z parameter is missing, so z will be the negative and rest of the values will be remain same. So in diagonal values, the z parameter will be negative. Likewise, when we are talking about the yz plane, x parameter is missing, x will be negative, and rest of the values will be positive. Okay, we are moving into the yz plane. So this can be easily checked with the help of example. You can see. So when we are reflecting an object along about zx plane, so y is missing, so y is negative over here. Rest of the values are positive. Okay, so this will be easy for you to do the reflection along about xy plane, yz plane, and zx plane. Okay, so now when we talk about the rotation matrices, so when we are rotating an object along x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis, so this will be the rotation matrix. See, when we are talking about the first, we talk about the z-axis. Okay, so x parameter is given over here, and y. Earlier we used to, what was the equation we have used in this? If we are rotating an object about z-axis, okay, so z parameter will not change, only the x and y value will get changed. Okay, z values is not will remain same because we are rotating about the z axis. Okay, so z values will remain same and x and y values will get changed. So simply the equation will be z dash will be new, z will be z only, and x dash we can calculate by simply x cos theta. Earlier we have written this minus y sin theta. Okay, and y dash will be equal to your x sin theta and plus y sin theta. Okay, so now this is represented in terms of 4 into 4 order matrix. Okay, 4 into 4 order matrix we have written. This is the homogeneous coordinate values, and this is the 3 into 3 order. Okay, so cos theta is written over here, minus sin theta is written, sin theta is written, and cos theta. This is the same matrix that we have followed for the xy. Okay, so earlier we have written this. So if I put the x y z and 1 here, so what will the value of x dash and y dash, x dash, y dash, z dash, and 1. Okay, x dash will be cos theta x minus sin theta y. So this will be x dash, y dash will be sin theta x and cos theta y. Okay, z will be 0, y dash will be this, z dash will be equal to 0 into 0, 0 into 0, and is equal to z. So this will be the values of x, y, z. So here we have got the x, y, z value. Okay, likewise we will calculate for the other parameters, that is x-axis and y-axis. So when we take up the x-axis, so we are saying basically we are rotating an object along x-axis. When we are rotating an object along x-axis, so it will the object will be rotated from y to z. Okay, so y and z value will get changed, not the value of x. So x dash will be equal to x only. Okay, and we will calculate the value of y dash and z dash. Okay, so simply from here you can see the parameters. It is given to the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so your y-axis and z-axis parameters are given. Now if you put the values of x, y, z, and 1 over here, by multiplying it you will get the values. Okay, so what will be the values here? So let's see this, y dash and z dash will be equal to, that is 0, x के टर्म्स नहीं रहेंगे आपके पास, y और z के टर्म्स रहेंगे. Simply y cos theta, I'm writing in terms of theta because we have already represented in terms of theta earlier. So minus y, and then we have minus z sin theta. Okay, and here y sine theta and plus z cos theta. Okay, so this will be the matrix for it, or simply it is represented in 4 into 4 order matrix here. Okay, now when we talk about the y-axis, okay, so when we rotate the object along y-axis, so y parameters are not going to change. Y dash will remain y dash, y dash will be equal to y, and it will be moving from z to x. Z to x it will be moving. Okay, so when we calculate these values, that is now x dash will be calculated and z dash will be calculated. Okay, we will write cos theta and minus sin theta and sin theta and plus cos theta. So in x dash, okay, so in x dash we will be having x cos theta and your plus x dash will be equal to x cos theta and then sin theta. Okay, we are not writing correctly because we have to follow the cyclic order. Okay, we have to follow the cyclic order in which we are following x to y, y to z. Okay, so first we will write the y dash. Okay, then we will write y के बाद क्या आता है z, then we have z to x. In this order we will write. Okay, x y z and then z to x, x y z, like this. So we will write in this manner: y dash, z dash, x dash. So y will write cos theta over here minus sin theta. We follow the same rule: sin theta and cos theta. Okay, so here z dash will be equal to the value of z here and minus x, and this will be x plus z sin theta and x cos theta. Okay, so in this manner we have written this. Okay, when we will write in terms of the matrix, so it will follow this order: x, y, z and 1. Okay, x, y, z. So we can calculate x is equal to y, x dash, y dash, what will be the x dash, y dash, z dash. Okay, this will be 1. So x dash will calculate. Okay, so we have to put the values to multiply x से multiply किसका हो रहा है cos theta का, and we will get x cos theta when we multiply it. Okay, and then 0 will be multiplied, then plus z sin theta plus z sin theta. It is correct. Okay, now if we calculate the y dash will lead to the y only. Okay, when we'll calculate the z dash, now here you have to see that earlier we used to put the minus sign over on top of it. Now the minus sign is written here. Reason being, we have to follow the order of x, y, z and z, x, y likewise. So we have to maintain the cyclic order of it. Okay, so here the same order is used. So we are moving from z to x. So that is why according to the equation, we have to write the values of this, the z dash minus sine theta, because it has to be multiplied with x, minus sine theta x, and z cos theta will be multiplied with this. So we will receive this, and this is the correct equation. So y is the sign in case of one of the case, that is y-axis is reversed. Reason being because if we see the around the x-axis, we are moving from y to z. Okay, if I redraw it over here, okay, if I am moving around x-axis, then we are moving from y to z. Okay, we are following the order x, y, and z. Okay, we are moving from y to z. Okay, now if I rotate an object along z axis, that is this, we are moving from x to y. Okay, we are moving from x to y, and when we see around y axis, if we are rotating along y axis, okay, we are moving from z to x. We are moving from z to x. Okay, so keep in mind, then when we are moving from z to x, to make it consistent, we have to write the we have to put the negative sign in the third row of sine theta. Okay, so when we multiply it, we will get the same order of z to x rotation. Okay, so that is why the negative sign is kept here to maintain the consistency. Now if I look into the shearing part, so it is also easy to understand. We are shearing an object. Shearing is simply the deformation of the object. We have already done with the 2D. Okay, in 2D some object was given, for example some object was given, okay, and it is sheared along x-axis. So we used to have, so it is deformed like this x-axis. If we have sheared along y-axis, so we used to have the shearing along y-axis like this. So y-axis shearing, x-axis shearing. So this is done, the depth is introduced in this. So when we will do the along the z axis, so all those shearing will take place in x and y direction. Okay, when we will do the x axis shearing, then x and z parameters will get sheared, means the in the x value, x in the sheared values will added to it, and likewise sheared value of z will be added to it. Okay, so when we will do the y axis shearing, the x and z parameters will be get affected. Okay, so shearing will be taking place on z axis. So you will be using this matrix. When it will be taking along x axis, so you will be using this matrix, and when you are taking up the y axis, then you will use this matrix. So it is simply when we do the shearing, it is simply related with the change in the shape of the object will occur. That will be with respect to the axis that you have chosen, means the matrix that you have chosen, and it is also a 4 into 4 order. Okay, so diagonal you can see all are one, and wherever the effect has taken place along the axis is written. Okay, so simply by using these matrices, the shearing can take place. Okay, now I will just give you the idea about this problem. Rest you will solve on your own. You have already done with the 2D transformations by and large now. So simply I'll just build up the idea, and rest you will do these two questions on your own. Okay, so let's talk about this first. Is given, these 3 points are given. So third parameter is introduced, that is z, z, z. Earlier you used to have x, y, now you have the z values. So translation, so means the point is given in 3D. Point is given in 3D, so it will be of 4 4 into 1 order. Okay, now the transformation will take place, that the translation is applied. So translation matrix, you know, now the translation will be of 4 into 4 order. Okay, translation, then you will apply the rotation, oh sorry, scaling will also be of 4 into 4 order. X y z is given. Okay, x y and z values, sx sy sz, tx ty tz. Likewise the rotation is given. Now when the rotation will be given, so the angle will be given to you as well as along which axis it is rotated. So this you have to keep in mind while choosing your rotation matrix while performing three-dimensional transformation. Okay, so in this the 30-degree angle is given, so it is the positive. Okay, positive angle is given. If it is given by default, if it is not written anti-clockwise, then you have to take it by default as it is as a positive angle. If especially it is written a clockwise direction, then you will choose this angle as a negative angle. Okay, so now here you will write the scaling matrix. Okay, here you will write the rotation matrix of rotation along z-axis rotation matrix. Okay, so three matrices I have explained you. You will pick up the rotation along z-axis, and theta will be here, will be taken as 30-degree, and it will also be of 4 into 4 order. Okay, then here you will get the p dash, new point you will get, and this, now you will calculate the m, that is a composite matrix, so that it can be applied to each point of the polygon. Okay, m you will be calculating, so you will get m, that is m is the resultant matrix after applying the, and it is done in 4 into 4 order. Okay, that is three-dimensional. M into point, that is 4 6, so m will be multiplied by 4 6 3 1. Okay, to get this, let's say this is p, this is q, this is r. Okay, so p dash will be calculated with this resultant matrix, then q dash will be calculated, m will be multiplied with 6 minus 2 and 4. Okay, likewise r dash will be calculated, and resultant matrix that you have multiplied here will be put in place of m, and you will write minus 3 minus minus 3 minus 3 6 and 1. Okay, after calculating you will receive p dash, q dash and r dash. So these are the new points after performing the transformation. Okay, so the next question says, okay, now next question, what it says. So I have combined two questions to in one. So next question says, find the original coordinates of the above transformed polygon, means apply inverse transformations. Clear? So now you will calculate p dash, q dash, r dash. Okay, so the new object will be generated with p dash, q dash and r dash. So I'm trying to say that where this originally this object was placed. So now using these points you will apply the reverse of the transformation of this. So you have this point p dash, now you have to calculate the p, so you must get this after applying the inverse transformation. How will you apply the inverse transformation? Earlier we have applied what kind of transformation on this? Translation, scaling and rotation. Now this point you have calculated in the earlier question. Now I am trying to find कि this point is given to you, ये point आपको पता है, अब आपको ये पॉइंट निकालना है कि हमारा ओरिजिनल कोऑर्डिनेट क्या था। तो हमने कौन कौन से ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इस पे अप्लाई किए, ट्रांसलेशन, स्केलिंग एंड रोटेशन। तो सबसे पहले हमें इस पॉइंट के ऊपर जो हमने अप्लाई किया था, पहले सबसे लास्ट में रोटेशन अप्लाई किया था, तो हमें रोटेशन का इन्वर्स करना पड़ेगा इसके ऊपर, रोटेशन का इन्वर्स लगाना होगा इसके ऊपर। ओके, फिर जब रोटेशन का इन्वर्स हो जाएगा फिर हमें स्केलिंग का इन्वर्स भी लगाना होगा इसके ऊपर। ओके, फिर हमें इसके ऊपर ट्रांसलेशन का इन्वर्स लगाना होगा, ये सबसे लास्ट में। ओके, then you will get the new point. Okay, so you can consider it as a M matrix, and this M matrix can be applied on P dash to calculate P, and this matrix will be applied on Q dash to calculate Q, and likewise this matrix will be applied for R dash to calculate R. So calculation will be done by you. Okay, do on your own. If you find any problem, then you can post your query. Ahead of it, I have given you some homework to do. Okay, I hope you will be able to do. Simply inverse transformation. In the same manner, you have to calculate the inverse matrix of three-dimensional transformations. Okay, that is translation, rotation, scaling, and scaling, rotation, and sharing. So I think I have written 2 times rotation, and sharing, and reflection. This should be reflection. Okay, correct on your own. This should be reflection. Okay, so reflection matrix will remain same. If I apply the reflection of a reflection, so simply it gives the inverse of the reflection. So means the object will come to the original position. Translation minus tx, negate the values ty and tz. Okay, you can calculate the rotation. You will find the transpose of the rotation matrix will give the of each rotation matrix, that is rx, ry, rz will give the inverse of the transformation. Means अगर आपके पास कोई rx की मैट्रिक्स दी हुई है, ठीक है, आर एक्स की, तो आपको पता है कॉस थीटा माइनस साइन थीटा कॉस थीटा 0 0 1, तो अगर आप उसका ट्रांसपोज ले लेंगे तो वो क्या होगा, आर इनवर्स एक्स होगा। ठीक है, ये अगर आप चाहें तो थ्रू डिटर्मिनेंट और एडजॉइंट ऑफ ए मैट्रिक्स कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। सो सिंपली द ट्रांसपोज ऑफ द रोटेशन मैट्रिक्स विल गिव द इनवर्स ऑफ द रोटेशन मैट्रिक्स ऑफ दैट डायरेक्शन। आर एक्स का अलग होगा, ट्रांसपोज आर वाई का अलग होगा, आर जेड का अलग होगा। स्केलिंग का दैट विल 1/s(x) आपने किया था, 1/sy किया था in 2D dimension. Now you have to do 1/sz as well. Okay, so this will be the scaling, sharing में आपको scaling, and what about the sharing में आपको क्या करना होगा, माइनस एस एच एक्स जहाँ भी है आपका, माइनस एस एच जेड मीन्स सिंपली निगेट द वैल्यूज wherever the parameters of sharing x, y, z are used in respective matrices. Okay, x एक्सिस में जो भी मैट्रिक्स में जितने भी पैरामीटर्स आपके शेयरिंग y और z का आ रहा है, z एक्सिस में जैसे x और y का आता है, उसके पैरामीटर्स को आप निगेट कर दीजिए, नेगेटिव साइन लगा दीजिए उसके आगे, तो आपको क्या मिलेगा, inverse of the sharing. So simply you have to write the matrices of these 3D inverse transformation on your own ahead of this slide. I hope this lecture would have been clear to you, and if you find any query related to any topic within this lecture, then you can post the question. Thank you all.